Hey you guys, Beth Butati here with a tag today. This is the New Year's tag. I'm sure most people probably tried to do this as close to the 1st as possible or on New Year's Eve, but I did not because I'm ultra lame like that. So if you guys see me looking at the screen a lot, it's because I have all my notes right over here. So let's just get started with this tag. The first part of the tag is 11 highlights of 2011. I actually had a really hard time picking these out, and I'm sure I forgot a lot of things that I don't really stop and think about it, so this was kind of hard. And that's John opening a soda, making the noises. Is that a beer? John's getting wasted. The first highlight, the one that is the most, and these are in no particular order, this is the one that's most relevant to you guys. I hit 1,000 subscribers, and at this point I've hit over 1,700 subscribers. I think I'm creeping closer. I don't think I'm much past 700, but I'm around 1,700 subscribers, so that's a big deal. I can't believe that many people have subscribed to me, and I don't even know. Thank you. I'm still not a YouTube partner. I'll deal with that later. Number 2, John and I found an apartment to make a home, and I'll get into that later, but not only did we find an apartment to make a home, but John got a giant blender. He got the Ninja for Christmas, and that blender is amazing. So, yeah, those were highlights this year. This apartment is amazing. Like I said, I'll talk about that more later. Number 3, I became a model for Mad Style Cosmetics, and that is super exciting. If you guys don't know, I absolutely love the products, and I love the owner, so it's really exciting to be able to work with a company like Mad Styles versus I feel like a lot of the companies out there that have models, they're not as personal with their models. I feel like if I were ever in Mo's hometown and, called her on the phone because I have her number, she would be like, hey, let's hang out. Not why are you calling me? We're actually all friends. We all, get involved in each other's lives and stuff. So it's really, really cool. I like it a lot. And obviously, I love modeling all the colors. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't see them all the time because I wouldn't show you guys stuff that sucks, as you already know. Number 4, and this probably, if this were in any type of order, this would probably be number 1, even though it's not the most relevant to you guys, but you guys can appreciate it. I finally started working at Sephora. As of right now, I am seasonal, but with any luck, I will be permanent starting in, I think it's mid-February, I don't know. So right now, I'm there seasonally. I really hope it turns into something permanent, and if it doesn't, it just wasn't meant to be. We'll figure it out later. And before Sephora, this is number 5, I was working at the Halloween Express store, and that was so much fun. I think that's the most fun I've ever had working at a job, especially a job where I worked full-time. It got pretty stressful during certain parts of the season. Obviously, with any seasonal job, the closer you get to whatever seasonal peak it is that you're working towards, it gets crazy, but it was a lot of fun. I worked with a lot of really good people, so it was an enjoyable experience while it lasted, and I'm looking forward to doing it again next year. So that was a lot of fun. And that was actually my first time back in retail since Blockbuster, so that was tiptoeing back into that whole world of retail. And I actually liked it. I realized that I think I'm just meant to be in retail. I'm just that kind of person. Number 6 is watching one of my best friends get married and helping my other best friend plan her wedding. So, Lisa got married on December 20th. It was the 20th, correct?
What?
John's helpful. Lisa got married on December 20th?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm pretty sure it was the 20th. It was a Tuesday. I know that much. So she got married on the 20th, and that was just crazy I signed her wedding certificate. I was a witness. I stood there next to them when she was getting married, and it was just, I don't know. A lot of my friends have gotten married, but it was just crazy for someone that close to me to get married. And then Amanda is getting ready to get married in May, and we've been planning her wedding the whole year. She keeps changing things on me. But yeah, I think she's finally settled on her details, and she's happy. So, and I'm actually her maid of honor, so that's really exciting too. It's the first time I've ever been a maid of honor, first time I've ever been asked to even be in anyone's wedding, so, and both of those 2 are the dearest people to my heart. I know there are people who will be sad to hear that, but as far as people I see on a regular basis, there are obviously some of you on online that I'm pretty damn close to, but as far as my real life friends, those 2 are the best friends I've ever had. So Shut up, John. John's jealous, apparently. You're not a friend. You're a husband. You don't count. So yeah, it's crazy that they're both married now. And now I'm just waiting for people to start being like, when are you getting married? Like, calm down. John's a baby. I just really talked about that one for a while, didn't I? Let's see. Number 7. I went to Chicago, finally. I've gone to Chicago before, but it was kind of on someone else's itinerary. We were only there for a couple of days, and whereas it was a lot of fun, it was a lot more fun this time going back and doing it more as a resident than a tourist. John and I both really want to live in Chicago in the future, regardless of whether or not he goes there for grad school or if we move after he goes to grad school. We do plan to live in Chicago, and it was just kind of nice to go there and use the train to go everywhere, and we kind of took advantage of his brother's apartment and treated it like our own. Thank you, Kyle and Amanda. But it was a lot of fun, and it was a really big deal. It was nice to be there it was the first vacation I've been on since like a long time ago. 2007, maybe? 2006? I don't even know. So it was like an epic ordeal. I was so excited. And it was Chicago. Let's see. Number 8 was doing a lot of my first like photo shoots and freelance makeup gigs. I don't think I did any in 2010. I didn't really look at dates though. But I can definitely say I did more this year than I definitely could have possibly done in 2010. So, I don't know. It was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun to talk to someone and get their ideas and then put it on a face or, whatever. Put it in print, whatever. Like, that's really fun to me, which is probably weird to most people that that's an exciting thing to do. But I enjoy that. That's like painting for an artist, I don't know. That's just what I enjoy doing. Number 9. This is exciting for me. I'm sure you makeup people will agree. Everyone else is going to be like, you're stupid. But this is a highlight for me, is finding holy grail products that actually work with my face and my skin and my business. I just hit myself in the face. I found a moisturizer and an eye cream literally right at the end of the year that actually really work really, really well. I found an overnight cream that saved my face. I have found a powder foundation that like works amazingly for me. I have had a concealer all year that actually really, really works. Primer that I love. I shaved my eyebrows off in 2011. Dang! That should be a highlight. That's an extra one, I guess, that I shaved my eyebrows off. That was, I waxed them off. Well, John waxed them off for me the first time, and then I've been tweezing them, and I shaved them the other day, and that was terrifying, so I don't think I'm going to shave them anymore. And I've been teaching myself threading, so that's fun. It's kind of, it hurts your fingers. I don't know. I think I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, whatever. We're going to move on to the next one. Number 10 was, we actually went to a couple of live concerts this year, and I haven't done that as much as I would like, and I feel like I'm missing one, but I know that we saw Aesthetic Perfection and Faderhead, and that was a really good show. And then we saw Wednesday 13 with Polka Dot Cadaver and Vampires Everywhere. Is that the other band? And then we stayed afterwards and actually met Wednesday 13 and his live band, and it was just amazing. They're all super nice guys, and Wednesday is exactly what you expect him to be, which is, I'm going to stop before I get in trouble because John's right there. And there are pictures of John and Wednesday next to each other, and everyone was like, who's this guy? Is he dressing as you for Halloween? And there was actually a picture of our friend Aaron with Wednesday 13, and somebody was like, hey, is that guy that works at H&M? Which is who John is. So that was hilarious. That really made the whole experience, was when someone mistook Wednesday 13 for John and vice versa. And then number 11, another highlight. This is super exciting for me, and he's probably going to laugh at me for including this, but John became a vegetarian this year, and that's a big deal for me. Even if he never goes vegan, it's a big deal for me that he didn't give up meat for me. I don't think I whined a lot on occasions because I hated him eating meat around me. I'm not the type of person who, if we go out to dinner, I'm going to be like, ew, you're eating an animal. Like, I don't do that. I try to just keep to myself about that kind of thing, but it really does mean a lot to me that he's a vegetarian. regardless of whether it's for him, for me, for the animals, whatever. Like, all of that aside, he's a vegetarian now, and that's a huge deal. For the pups. Okay, so the next section, God, this is going to be so long. I apologize, you guys. 12 goals of 2012. Number 1, finally lose weight. And not because I'm dieting or anything like that, because I'm actually changing my overall diet and working out. I really need to get into an exercise routine because it's just so much better for your heart and your overall health and your long-term health if you're actually exercising on a regular basis and not doing what I do, which is working out for 2 weeks and then not doing it again for 6 months. That's awful. That doesn't do anything. So I really do want to get into a regular exercise routine that I do, multiple days a week. I'm doing something, not waiting 6 months and only doing things for 2 weeks and stupid stuff like that. And then I really do want to start eating healthier. Some changes we've made is we don't keep soda in the house anymore. He has some root beer here right now because that's what he likes to drink before bed. But overall, we have no soda in the house. We've been drinking smoothies like crazy, as you guys have seen. We've been trying to cook as much as possible. We haven't really had any fast food lately. I say that after we had Taco Bell tonight, but in general, like overall, we haven't really been eating any fast food. I don't know. Whatever else. I don't know. And we're trying to get brominated vegetable oil out of John's diet because it's going to kill him. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link out below to that if I can find that link again. Number 2, my next goal is to become a permanent cast member at Sephora. I'm not sure how much control I have over this, but if I have any, my goal is to be permanent. Number 3, schedule more shoots and events. Sorry, it's kind of late. It's 1 in the morning right now. It's watching. This is all trash. This is all stuff that's like old and dried out and stuff. I've been trying to clean out my vanity because I have to put a bunch of stuff away before dog comes back. I'll get to that at the end, just because. That has nothing to do with the tag, but I'll tell you guys an update on that. But I want to schedule more shoots and events because, like I said before, that is what I love about makeup. Like, sure, I can put it on my own face all day, whatever, but actually creating something with makeup is a huge deal to me, and I love seeing it. Like, I'll throw in some pictures at the end of a zombie shoot I did this year with Movie Town Photography, which is actually a couple of my good friends that, they got married this year, too. Everybody's getting married. Alright, I'll throw in some pictures at the end so you guys can see what I'm talking about of the stuff that I like to do. I did 2 shoots with them this year called Girls with Guns and, I forget what the zombie one was called. Actually, Girls with Guns wasn't called Girls with Guns. That was the temporary name. It became known as Pick Your Poison. And the zombie one, I don't remember the name, but it was a zombie shoot. And that's just what I enjoy doing. That's what I love to do. So I really need to get on some of the photographers I've worked with. Jamie, talking to you, because I know he's doing stuff pretty actively. I'd like to get more involved in what he's doing. And I know he would be okay with that too. And then I obviously want to do more stuff with Movie Town. I love the direction they're going. I love their creative vision. And then there are a few other photographers I've met this year that I would like to work with. I have to see where they stand on that though. So, and I think I might even do some modeling this year. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a typical looking model. I don't really even have like the body for typical modeling. Hence number 1. Number 4. Finish decorating my apartment so that I can be social there. Ha ha. Okay, so John and I never had people in our old apartment. We literally had like 2-3 people there the entire time we lived there. And it was always in passing, trying to get out the door because it was a mess. It was not organized. It was just one of those things where we never really finished moving into our old place. And we were only there for like 2 months. That apartment sucked. But again, that'll be below. That's a later question. But I don't like that. I don't like having an apartment or any type of living space that I'm embarrassed of. I want some place that people want to come to and want to be social with us and want to be like, oh, I really like your apartment. I want one of those apartments. And Jen and I have actually been working very hard on that. Hence why we have shelves and, well, there are paintings behind all that stuff. And that's just like a big part of the problem is the clutter. And we have to get to where we're okay with throwing away the clutter. And it's just hard when 2 people come together, 2 completely separate lives merge into one, and it becomes a thing of, okay, what do we actually need to keep? So, and it's not even like a matter of like us having like 2 of everything or anything like that. Like, it's just, two lives merging into one. I mean, it's anyone who's ever done it before knows what I mean by that. Number 5, read 12 books in 2012. We'll see if that happens. I've never read this one before. It is Down and Out in Paris and London. It's a George Orwell book. I have read a couple of his books, but I've never read this one. So, yeah, John said it's a good one. I started it the other day, and I'm on page 7. I didn't get very far into it before we had to go somewhere. But this is going to be the first one that I start reading. And I want to try to read 12 books. I mean, that seems feasible. That's one book a month. Like, I don't know. I figure if nothing else, I can take home and read them at work on my lunch breaks. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting dumber. I'm getting more dumb. I feel like without some type of structured education, I feel like the brain becomes mush. Okay, number 6. This is silly, but I need to find a Holy Grail liquid foundation. I know that sounds silly, and I know people are like, really? That's a goal for you? Well, it's really hard for me to find something that I completely like, and it's a pain in the butt. But I do really, really like the Dior Forever Flawless, but I can't find any conclusive statements on whether or not they test on animals. And part of being a Holy Grail product for me is that it can't be tested on animals. So, that's a problem. Number 7, learn how to cook more, as in improve my technique and knowledge. Like, sometimes when I watch the cooking channel, they say things that I've heard of and, on a most basic level could probably define, but like deglazing and what a roux sauce is, or a roux, rather. Like, just things like that. Like, I want to, be my own home chef. I want to learn things and learn how to apply them, and I don't know. I don't want to just have to follow recipes all the time, which I don't anyways. I'm awful at following recipes, but you know what I mean. I want to know what I'm doing, not just be like, I'm lazy, I'm doing this instead, so. Number 8, spend more time with my nieces and nephews. I don't know why I put nephews. I have one. And my family overall. I am kind of a jerk, and I don't spend a lot of time with my family. I think I spend more time with John's family than my family at this point, and I feel kind of bad about it. They live further away. They live so far away. I don't know. I'm just whiny. I just need to spend more time with them. I'm a horrible daughter / sister / aunt / granddaughter / niece. Is that all that I can be? And I'm a terrible son, I'll tell you that much. My dad's very disappointed in me. Number 9, attempt to finish college or at least get a plan together. If John is in fact going to be going to grad school here in Cincinnati, I need to get my last year in. Part of that problem is that I have to pay off an old debt in order to start new classes, and no, don't try to comment below and tell me, no, you don't have to do that, blah, blah, blah. It's not just student loans, it's other things that I have to pay off too. So I know what I'm talking about, trust me. I've talked to someone about this before, but I would like to get that paid off and go back and finish my last year. So I know, how stupid is it that I have a year left and I can't get it done? Like, I just need, like, a benefactor, somebody who wants to put me through school. If you know anybody, let me know. That'd be great. I know, things are not that easy. Number 10, completely opposite end of the spectrum. Collect as many piggies as is physically possible from Mass Styles Cosmetics. That's after wanting to go back to college. You like that? Again, these are in no particular order. Number 11, be more kind to people. I'm kind of a bitch. I won't lie. I never realized how bad it was until Lisa and I was recording a video and Lisa came in, and like, just the way we interact together, like, people have to think we hate each other, and we don't. Like, Lisa's one of my absolute best friends ever, and we're just mean. We're mean people, so I don't know. I need to work on that. I don't want people to think I'm mean, because I'm not actually mean. Like, I'm actually a really generous, caring, friendly person, but I'm also kind of a bitch. And number 12, challenge myself every day with makeup. This was a goal last year, and I feel like I have fulfilled that goal, and I would also like to do it again this year. If makeup is my art form, then I should never think that I'm done learning, and I don't. I don't even begin to think that I'm done learning. I really want to get into special effects makeup this year. I've dabbled in it. You guys know I own a bottle of liquid latex, and I've done some zombie stuff, but I want to really get into it and, like, just create some crazy stuff. Like, I don't know. Face Off starts January 11th? I don't know. Face Off is coming back to Sci-Fi. Whatever channel that's off. And I'm so excited. I never saw the first season, and I think you can watch it for free online, so I need to go through and do that, because when I see previews for that, I didn't watch TV. I was not a TV person until we moved into this apartment, and we got a couch. That was the problem. We have a couch now. But, that show, just the previews, I get excited. I'm like, what are they doing? What is that big plastic sheet? You know, like, I go nuts. So, yeah. Moving past this part, this is moving on to the next section, which is, like, one of the best, the worst, the blah, blah, blah. My number one product of 2011 was probably my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. That is the first concealer I've ever used out of all the concealers that I've ever tried that I really, really love. So, yeah. My most loved TV show. I thought about this, and I realized that although we do watch a lot of, like, Ghost Hunters and, like, Hauntings, and he loves Destination Truth, and we both watch Son of a Gun, I am a freak for Batman the Animated Series, in the sense that I am a 24-year-old woman who should not be DVRing Batman the Animated Series, but damn it, I do, and I watch them. I'll watch like 7 episodes in one day if they're all recorded on there. I'm not even kidding. I love me some Batman. So that's my number one show. My most loved song is probably Heart-Shaped Glasses, When the Heart Guides the Hand by Marilyn Manson. It's just been a big deal to me, and it's John's ringtone because Devour is too quiet in the beginning, so, but that's kind of, huh? Is your ringtone or your ring back Devour? You should have a ring back. What plays when you call me?
Oh, when you call me. Oh, I see what you mean now. I thought you meant when you call me. When you call me, nothing happens. It's just the call. That's all I want.
It just rings?
I don't want ring back.
What happens right now?
It rings. I think it's classical music.
It's classical music. My ring back's all expired. I don't know. Shut up. We'll fight about this later. He gets mad because I whip my hair back and forth, and he wanted to kill me every time he called me. Because I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. I'm a nerd. I love that song. My worst decision / flaw of 2011 was the last 2 apartments I've lived in. And this is where we're going to get into that. Our last apartment literally sucks so bad that after 2 months we demanded to be put in a different apartment, in a different building, like everything different, because it just sucked. It was awful. There was bad plumbing, things were flooding our bathroom, there was just like a waterfall one day when I woke up, like it was just ridiculous. There was mold growing all along our wall from where it was still leaking and they weren't doing anything, so we finally were like, alright, you know what, get us the hell out of here. I want a different building because you guys obviously don't take care of this one, so I want to move somewhere else. This sucks. And so they were like, okay, go check out this place, and here we are, and we love this apartment. And before that apartment, we lived in a basement. A hellhole. It was awful. It was always cold. So cold. There was a draft. It was like an open crack in the wall that the landlord didn't give a shit about. That landlord still has not given us back our deposit, mind you. And it's been 4 months? He won't answer me. He will not answer me. I'm pretty sure it's a breach of contract, and I can sue the shit out of him for it. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, living there almost killed us because once we moved our furniture away from the wall, there was black mold everywhere. And that landlord will not answer us. So I'm like, okay, where's my deposit, first of all? Second of all, you almost killed me due to neglect. Thanks. That apartment sucked. Or that house sucked. Sucked. Like, our apartment before that was, like, falling over and really old, but at least it was a decent house. Like, it was maintained. It was gonna fall over, but it was at least maintained. When something went wrong, I called the landlord and he was there. It was nice. You know, crazy idea. Landlords take care of their properties. So that was definitely our total lapse in judgment for 2011, was picking out apartments. My most visited websites of 2011 We're YouTube, Facebook, Model Mayhem, and Gmail. I don't even know. I'm sure there are other things that I go to, but those are it. Like, the most. I have a daily booth. I don't keep up with it. I don't ever post. I like every once in a blue moon I'll remember that I have a daily booth. I have a blog. I post on it like twice a month, or like once every 2 months rather. And then I'm like, oh crap. It's been a while. Maybe I should do a blog post. So yeah. I'm gonna go kill the cat. Because I don't know if you hear that or not, but that's her getting into stuff she's not supposed to be in. Again. They do it to drive me crazy. So, that is the New Year's tag. I randomly found it on some random girl's page because I was bored and I wanted to do a tag right now because I'm getting to a frustrated point with trying to clean out my makeup drawers because it's the first of the year and anything that I know I bought in 2010 needs to go in the trash unless it's like powder. Powder products can last for up to 3 years depending on what they are and how you use them. So, I'm mostly going through like creams and mascaras and eyeliners and things like that. Even eyeliners can last a pretty long time if you're like sanitizing them and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm just babbling now. I think I was supposed to talk about something at the end of this, but I don't remember what it was now. So, I'm gonna post some pictures here at the end of some photo shoots I did this year, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.